Hi, I'm Addie Moss, and I'm here in Bryan, Texas for a tour of Transova Genetics.
Hi, Addie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm Logan Dodd. I'm a client service representative at Transova Genetics. You ready for your tour?
Yes, sir.
Transova is a livestock reproduction company that focuses on both large ruminant and small ruminants, as well as cloning on the side. We focus on mainly IVF embryo production with a little conventional flushing as well. So Addie, this is Client Service Alley. This is where the entire process starts. When a client calls in and wants to schedule a donor, we are the ones that talk them through, guide them through what it takes to do the IVF and conventional embryo process.
So what's Transova all about?
Our goal at Transova is to help producers utilize our reproductive technologies to improve the genetics of their herd. The end goal, however, is to help producers make a high quality product for human consumption. So this is our vat room or storage facility. Each one of these vats filled with liquid nitrogen can hold up to 500,000 units of semen or 300,000 units of embryos. After we produce the embryos, we can then take those frozen embryos, place them into the dry shipper, and send them out through UPS to the location that they need to go for the transfers. This is our IVF lab. This is where the magic happens. This is where we take the oocytes that we gathered back in the chute barn and we fertilize them with the sire of your choice. We can do that either with conventional semen, sexed frozen semen, or we can use our technology and sort that semen for either males or females from an already conventional frozen straw.
So how does this tie into like livestock shows?
We work with the producers that make your show steers. They bring us superior donors and we use superior sires to make the show steers that you're seeing at the Arizona Nationals, the Kansas Royal. All right, let's head back to the chute barn.
So what's the usual success rate for the embryos?
It kind of varies between if we're doing frozen transfers or fresh transfers. You see about a 10% increase in conception rate whenever you use fresh embryos. Our frozen embryos typically run about 50 to 55%, and then our fresh embryos run about 60 to 65%. So this is the chute barn. This is where cows will get pushed through, and the donors will be lined up back here, or recips for transfer, and then our crew, they'll go into the building, which we're about to walk in there, and that's where we'll perform the IVF procedure on them, or the conventional flushes. Back here, this is the chute barn. This is where we run the donor females through and collect those oocytes. We do that through an ultrasound guided needle. The technician will palpate the cow rectally to manipulate and maneuver the ovary. The ultrasound guided needle will go in vaginally, and the technician will move the ovary up against the ultrasound, and that's where we're gonna see these follicles up on our screen here, and you'll see the needle going into the follicle and retrieving those oocytes. Bone shows up white, tissue shows up a little gray, and then all fluid shows up as black. So here's tissue, see that? We have tissue, so he's in the vaginal cavity right now. So here's an ovary, and as you can see, like I had mentioned, the dark pocket right here would be a follicle. And as you see, here comes the needle going through, slowly collecting that follicle.
So what's an oocyte?
An oocyte is an unfertilized female gamete. So what that is it would be the female version of sperm, so to speak. Right now we're walking into the chute room, and this is where we run our donors through.
So what does a typical donor look like?
It kind of just depends on what the producer is searching for. Clubby or show steer maker might be looking for a really stout, powerful female, or might be chasing structural quality. So you can see that needle coming through, collecting those follicles. We want to try to get as many medium follicles as possible. Our studies have shown that medium follicles tend to have the higher quality oocytes. And if we have really good oocytes, we tend to see a higher embryo development rate.
So what happens to oocytes after this?
So the oocytes will then get graded back here, and they'll grade them, put them in a tube, place them in this incubator, and that incubator will go up the hill to our facility, our IVF lab, and that's where we'll do the fertilization and incubation of those embryos. Well, Addie, we really appreciate you coming out and touring Transova Genetics. We hope you had a good time and learned something.
Thank you, I enjoyed it.